Hey guys, so welcome to the first of many attempts at me hopping on a trend that is already very much dead. To start this off with, I'm gonna just apologize for the terrible sound quality. Currently recording this under my desk because I thought it would sound better. I know most people record these kinds of things in their closet, but I've already come out of the closet and I'd much rather not go back in. Also, it is full and very, very small. Anyway, so as you can probably tell by the title, I'm going to be talking about my art teacher hating me. No, whoa, this trend is so dead. Yeah, I'm kind of late to trends. So, yeah, sorry about that. Basically, I'm just gonna start off by saying I do draw anime, as you can tell by the picture that is currently being drawn. And no, this is not a story about me only wanting to draw anime and my art teacher saying, no, draw other things. That's not what happened. I promise. Just trust me, I was a tryhard. I would do anything to make anyone happy. Fucking man. So just to start this off, I'm just gonna say like I'm in Australia, so our schooling system is we have primary school, which is pretty much grade 1 to grade 6, and then we have high school, which is grade 7 to grade 12. That's what we have. So our story takes place in grade 7, first year of high school. Whoa, no way, that's amazing. Basically, this amazing thing happened. So we had a rotation of a bunch of different not like extracurricular classes, but just like not the core classes. It was pretty much like art, music, anything that wasn't a math, science, or like HB. They were all like elective things, and we like got to have rotations of them to see which one we wanted to do. So my very first rotation was in art, and I straight away got bad vibes off of this art teacher. I am telling you, it was horrible. I did not like it. Little me, I was terrified, I was timid, and she scared me. So for the purpose of the story, we're going to be calling her Miss Ronald for no other reason than, honestly, first name I came up with. So, yeah, basically, instantly just weird vibes from her. We had like, I don't know, I didn't like her instantly, mainly because she made us sit in a seating plan. It was like alphabetical order, but like some of my friends had like last names that were close to mine, so I kind of was with them. That's like not really related to the story, but like it's a thing and it happened, so that's there. So instantly I noticed that she'd praise a lot of other students for things that they were doing. I admit I wasn't very good at art at the beginning, so I didn't expect praise, but straight out, she full on would go out of her way to praise the kid next to me, be like, oh, this is amazing, I love your idea, such like a good interpretation. And I'm over here with my interpretation, like, give me some attention, miss, like, that's why I'm here. I would like some attention, please. And she just didn't. She never gave me any form of like, oh, good job or anything. Even on report cards and stuff like that, she would write like, good job. If someone like got like a really good grade, if I got a really good grade, she would never do that, which I thought was super duper slack. I'm not even gonna lie, hated that. It didn't ruin any of my confidence, but I definitely did not pick art in the years to come. So I basically for grade so we finished our rotations for grade 7, then in grade 8 I didn't do art, and in grade 9 I didn't do art because I just didn't want to have to go back there, I'm not gonna lie. But I also had interest in other things. So, grade 10. Probably when most of this story occurs. Not gonna lie, I was in that class with a bunch of my friends, and I'm not gonna lie, I drew anime a lot. We had like a lot of downtime because we weren't really focused on anything. We were getting ready for like, just for like senior year, I guess. And it was sort of like, kind of chill. We just didn't really do that much. We had a lot of different classes, a lot of different things, but like, it was kind of okay. So straight away, I turned up to class, I was in there with a bunch of my friends, and I just sort of sat there and we had to decorate our title page, which like was pretty much nothing that she'd grade, but she would look at it and she'd say, oh, that's good, or blah, blah, blah. And she'd give us like different things to include, like make sure you include your name, make sure you include this, make sure you include stuff that you like, blah, blah, blah. And of course, me being the weeaboo I was, my interpretation of that was, oh yes, draw anime. And that is what I did. Now, looking back at this, I remember doing this and I got out the page, the front page I did for grade 7, which was disgusting, by the way. But that was because she gave me no creativity, which I literally just remembered this. But she looked at my page originally that I had, this is like back in grade 7, and she said, no, that doesn't meet the parameters. You can't see right now, but I'm doing air quotes. It doesn't meet the parameters. And I'm like, bitch, what parameters? I was told to include my name, your name, my grade, and that was it. So Miss Ronald pretty much just told me, rip the page out and do it again. Which ruined my confidence. I'm not even gonna lie. But flashing forward back to like the main, juicy details of a story, which really made me think, oh, this teacher does not like me. Which sucks, because I am a people pleaser. I will do anything for people to like me, and having a teacher not like me destroyed me for a little bit until I realized she was not worth my time, and I could get over it. That is a lie, I never got over it. So basically, not too much happened, really. I was kind of more wary, and I didn't really like draw anime in my actual art book unless it was on a loose page, because I realized she didn't like that very, very quickly. And again, we had a lot of downtime, so I was kind of drawing animes a lot, and whenever she'd come, I would feel kind of like, oh, she's watching me, so I'm just like, switch this out. I talked about how, like, oh, this isn't about me saying, like, I drew anime and my teacher hated me for it, and all I'm talking about is how much I drew anime, but, like, trust me, man, trust me, there's another thing. So, pretty early into the semester that we had art, we were put into groups, because we were doing ceramic pots and ceramic jewelry and stuff like that, and we put into groups. So instantly, of course, I went with my friends. She let us choose groups, which was amazing, because I was socially awkward. I still am socially awkward, and I did not want to have to interact with people I didn't know. And she just kind of like just let us do whatever we wanted. So I got into a group with my best friend, G. She'll appear in future stories probably, which is why she gets a name. The other friends don't get a name, but she gets a name. Love you, G. Freaking beautiful bean. Anyway, so I got into a group with my best friend. Words do not escape me. And basically, so it was me, G, another friend, and then we also said that we would basically adopt, I think, 2 students who were away that day. And our teacher was fine with this. We went up to her, we said, hey, yo, can we do this? Can we just like let these people join our group when they come back? And she said, sure. It was just because, we did a lot that day. We were doing a lot of research and different things that we could do. And so we did. So our homework with that entire, class was to pick out 2 different, examples of what we wanted to do with the clay. So, for example, if you wanted to do jewelry, you would, pick out 2 different things of jewelry that you wanted to do. So as a group, we all decided roughly what we wanted to do. I'm pretty sure we all wanted to do jewelry. So we got pictures of 2 different jewelries that had different colors, different shapes, and we're like, okay, cool, we'll ask people. I think we had to go out and ask 10 people. However, I was sick the next day, and we had art that day, I can't remember what days we had art, I don't know. Anyway, I was away, pretty much. That's all that matters. And I was not very active on social media, so I didn't text my friends, never text me about anything, and I would only ever message them, hey, what did I miss, if I was away for an extended period of time. So that's kind of not too important. However, what is important is that my teacher did not get in contact with me at all. Usually if something important was happening, the teacher would at least shoot me an email, which I always checked at the beginning of the day when I woke up, which if I was sick was usually the middle of the day. Honestly, it's still the middle of the day. And I would also check it towards the end of the day, just to make sure in case they sent it a little bit later. I would always check it after school hours just because to me that was the time, so if they sent it after that, I didn't check it, not my problem. But she never ever sent me anything. That is very important. And then, so I only got to interview 3 people, which were the 3 people in my house, because again, I was sick, I could not do it, but I did still like ask 3 people. I asked my mum, my brother, and my other brother. So I asked them, and they told me what they liked and what they didn't like about each jewelry piece. And I did that. And then I came to school the next day or the day after. I'm pretty sure it was the next day though. And I'm like, hey guys, what's up? I did this for the art. Sorry that I couldn't do much more, but I was sick. And they're like, it's cool, but... And I freaked out because it was a but. And as soon as I hear that word, I implode. But basically, G told me that the teacher moved me out of the group that I was in. I looked at her and I said, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. She said that we had too many people in our group, so she moved you and the 2 other people out. And I'm like, did she say that she was going to email us or something? She said, no, she never said anything about that. She just said that you guys were out. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. But I just chilled. I actually had a class, which was like care class, which is like roll call or whatever you people call it. We call it care class. In the morning with the 2 people who I was now in a group with. I kind of went there and said, hey, yo, did Miss tell you anything about her switching us out of the group? And they said, yeah, no, we didn't hear anything about that. And they were just like kind of just chilling or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. That's kind of weird. So we ended up going to art because we had that next, I'm guessing. And we just kind of sat down and I was like a little bit awkward. And then Miss was like, okay, guys, I'm going to go and check all of your homework to make sure you all did it so you can all start working on your own designs. And I'm up here like, I'm so confused. So Miss Ronald went around. I was sitting in the front row, so I was one of the first people that she was going to come to. So were the 2 people that I was now apparently shoved into a group with. So she checked G's and her partner's like homework and everything. And she said, yep, you guys are good. Then came to me and said, why don't you have your stuff out? I looked at her and I said, I was in a group with G and the other person, but apparently you moved me out of the group. And she looked at me and said, yes, I did. And I just looked at her and I said, yeah, so I didn't have time to like get new stuff with my new group. And she looked at me and said, well, if you were here yesterday, then you would have known, like whatever day we had art when I was away. And I remember just like looking at her and being like, I was sick, I couldn't help it. And I was so shy that talking back to a teacher like that honestly destroyed me. Still destroys me. But, I did that. I just chilled. I'm like, okay, fine, that's whatever. She did that. And then I said that she could have emailed me and that would have been great. And then she said, nope. Then she looked at my 2 partners and said, and I quote this because it's stuck with me. She said, and I'm guessing that you 2 just didn't do it either. And I just looked at my group and I'm like, what's happening? And they were both shy as well, so they didn't really say anything. I'm like, okay, that sucks. And she said, well, I'm gonna give you guys half of class because you guys couldn't do your homework to get this done. You'll only have to interview the class, and that will be reflected poorly on your grade. And I was pissed. I'm not even gonna lie. Because no one reflects bad things on my grade, they only reflect good things on my grade. I am so meticulous about that. But not only that, she's over here like, oh yeah, I switched you out of your group, but it's all your fault that you haven't done anything. Bitch, the frig are you doing? So me and my group ended up doing that. We had a long talk about like what we were going to be doing. Because again, like with my previous group, we decided, oh, we want to do this. Then I was with 2 new people that didn't really know what was going on too much. And they're like, yo, what's happening? I'm like, okay, so you have to pick this, this, and this, blah, blah, blah. And then one of them wanted to like make a ceramic plate. One of them wanted to like make a vase or something. And I'm wanting to make jewelry. So we had to like decide on things in the end. I think we just ended up picking jewelry because we could find the most pictures on that. And like they wanted to go print out our pictures if we could ask people. And Miss the entire time was desk staring me because I didn't go with them, so we were only allowed to go in pairs, and I just said, I'll stay. And she desk stared me the entire time, which destroyed me. We did end up doing that. I'm guessing I passed because I don't remember having any failing grades, but that destroyed me for a little bit again. So, yeah. good times, not gonna lie. Now, we flash forward to the next year, grade 11. Oh, what fun grade 11 was. Now, this is different. The electives that we pick pretty much take priority over all of our other classes, and we basically just chill on them for the next 2 years, so grade 11 and grade 12. And I was worried, I'm not gonna lie, and that was only confirmed by the fact that I did not enjoy any of the stuff that we were doing. I thought it was so boring, it was so meticulous, and I wanted to switch out. But I couldn't because I wanted to go to university at the time. I'm thinking, yeah, this class is good, and out of all of the classes on this line, it's the best I could do, so I stuck with it. Miss Ronald, I don't think she liked me staying in her class. I think she wanted me to leave. And this, I guess, can be outlined in everything that she did with me. Now, she would never email me anything, and I didn't have a lot of days off in grade 11, but I definitely wasn't there all the time because I have thalassemia, which means I get sick a lot quicker. Not quicker, but it takes me longer to get over sicknesses. Which means if I have a cold, I could be away for 1 to 2 weeks. Which is fine. Most teachers understand that, and they'll email me anything that I do need. She never did that. The day that I'd come to school, she'd see that I would be there, and then she'd just call me into her room randomly and be like, oh, yes, how are you doing with this? And again, I wouldn't have been there, and I usually emailed my teachers. Sometimes I didn't, especially if I didn't want to hear from them, which means I didn't want to hear from Miss Ronald, so I didn't email her. But yeah, it was chill. She'd just call me in there, and I'd get a little bit of a blasting about not having done the correct amount. I ended up bluffing so much stuff so that I could just not deal with her. But the main instance is when we had to basically pick, I'm not trying to describe it, I guess. So she basically asked the class, hey guys, so today we're just going to be talking about the next artwork. So we had to do 3 artworks. This was our second artwork in the whole thing. And we had to pick a topic for it, which, by the way, just going to backtrack a second here. She didn't like my topic, so she asked me to change it. And she didn't like the artist that I chose that reflected my topic and gave me new artists without me looking into them first. So that was horrible. I hated that. But that's just a simple thing. And she only did that with me, no one else. With everyone else, she gave suggestions, but with me, she told me who I was doing, which wasn't fun. But anyway, so she basically said that we had to have basically something that was inspired by the artist, which was abstract, modern, but still held an olden dayish feel, and it had to be from inspired by a gallery artist, which is what everything that we're doing, Insta famous, not a thing. And it sucked because it all had to be modern, and Instagram's kind of a modern form now. That's fine, it's cool. Again, it's chill. We have to derive meaning from it, it's fine. So she was going around asking people what they were doing, and then it came to me. And before this, everyone else didn't really say anything that was quote-unquote abstract enough. And I thought it was cool. I wasn't too confident in my idea, but I thought it was kind of okay. I'm pretty sure my idea was a black and white picture of a girl holding a heart. I was going to cut out the heart and then do a watercolor storm, then put the picture of the girl over the storm so it was showing through the cutout heart, and then it was going to be the storm inside of her is so more powerful than everything else, and it's feelings and whatever. I was in an emo, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's an emo phase, don't worry about it. And that was my idea, and everyone said, oh, yeah, no, that works, that's really good. I had a few people next to me and around me say, yeah, that works. Miss Ronald didn't like my idea. Her exact solution, she didn't even smile at my idea, didn't say good idea. She just looked at me and said, you know what you should do? A wax sculpture and film it melting. And I just looked at her and said, no. Again, grade 12, I was a little bit more confident, not much more confident, but a little bit more. And I just said, no, I'm not going to do that. That's too much work. I cannot do that. I don't think we even had wax at school. I'm pretty sure I asked her and she said, no, we don't have wax. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go out and buy that because I am a Baroque boy. And that was basically my life. for a while. She told me what to do, and then, yeah, people were kind of shocked, I guess, that she did suggest what for me to do something that was completely other than my idea. But honestly, it didn't shock me that much. I kind of just expected it, I guess, at this point. Because she just do little things. Like, there's probably a lot of things I haven't mentioned, but these are kind of like the major things that really impacted me with her. And I also remember her basically showing me her artworks and saying, you could do this. And it was kind of getting me to follow in her footsteps. And I don't know whether it was because she thought I showed no promise and she wanted me to just do what she was doing just because it would be easier on her, or if she just wanted someone to recreate her artwork and realize how great she was. And we heard for weeks about how she won this like competition or something, which wasn't like she got an award or prize money or anything for it, I don't think, but it was just like a silly little competition in our little hometown, and we heard about it for ages. She was very cocky, I guess, which kind of annoyed me, but it was, I don't know, it was just kind of bothersome at some point. Anyway, that was like, yeah. So you may be thinking, grade 12, what happened in grade 12? Did you switch out of her class? What happened? I dropped out of high school in grade 12 due to some reasons that I may talk about in a future video, but probably not for a while. So yeah. This was pretty much me just ranting about my art teacher not liking me and about me drawing anime in class, but that's not the only reason why she hated me, which was amazing. I'm also not sure why she hated me. My brother did go to the school before me, but he never took art. He was more into the digital media stuff. So that was definitely a thing. At first I thought, oh no, my brother did something, but nah, he barely even knew her. So that wasn't a thing at all. So, oh, no, that is my dog. That is a noisy, noisy boy. Now he's walking everywhere. Basically, the whole thing was I was just not okay with how she was treating me. Looking back on it now, I was just not comfortable with it, especially because I was so shy. I guess I sort of felt like I was being bullied, and it just wasn't okay, especially being bullied by a teacher. I admit the school itself wasn't very good, especially with bullying aspects. Like, they had an app that they had which was for bullying to like help stop it, but they didn't use it effectively in my own opinion. And it's like having a teacher that actually bullied me. And I even had friends point it out to me, like, oh, I don't think she should be saying that to you, or oh, she's kind of harsh with you, isn't she, or oh, she kind of singles you out. And I had so many people say that to me to where, because originally I thought, oh, this is just in my head. But then I realized, no, it wasn't just in my head. This was something that was actually happening to me. And that was, I guess, one of the final straws, and that's kind of one of the main things that made me want to leave high school. I went there for the 4 days of grade 12. That was my entire grade 12 experience, 4 days. And it was a pretty good 4 days, not gonna lie. I had a pretty good time. I didn't go to math once in those 4 days either, which was actually amazing because I hate math. It might have only been 3 days then. Maybe. I can't. Actually, it would have only been 3 days then if I didn't go to math, because I would have. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to figure things out, man. I'm confused. Anyway, so that was my amazing story time about how my art teacher hated me. And yeah, so like and subscribe for future videos where I'll probably hop on another completely dead trend or try to sound hip and cool with the kids. I say a lot, actually. That's gonna be fun. That's beautiful. I love that. Amazing. Great. I have an Instagram if you want to go check out some stuff on there. This full picture is actually posted on there. If you just want to do that, show some support, show some love, that would be lovely. I also have my DeviantArt linked on this page, which I do not use, but you can check that out to see some dead artworks if you want to. That'd be pretty nifty too. I also have a TikTok account, but that will die with me, and you will never know, like, what it is called. So, Yep, like, comment, subscribe, and comment some things you'd like me to talk about. I've had a lot of different experiences in life. I say that now, but honestly, I'm not very old and I could probably experience a whole lot more. And yeah, so do what I said, stay in school, don't be a dropout like me unless you have an art teacher that hates you. In which case, yeah, drop out, man. Freaking, I got you. Come stay on my couch. Let's go. Okay. Bye.